I always forget to turn off that second loop. How are you guys? What's going on? How you been? What are you up to? We're gonna reconvene next week, and Monday's gonna be a mess. Hope you guys can hear me. Just give me a shout out. Let me know. Let me know how I sound. You know what I mean? See what I'm sounding like. Saying how it's going. Look at this. Aw. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Shar. How are you? Kathy, good to see you. Hattie. Melanie, good to see you. Kat, how's it going? Debbie. Oh, yeah. Pauline, how are you? Hattie, Michelle, Kayork. Rita, how's it going? Boy, you guys tuned in. Paul, Paula just trying to figure out how the keyboard works. Julie, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. Everything's coming out at the same time. Yeah, we are. We're all showing up at once. How are you guys doing? Crazy week. Tim, brother, how are you? My brother from another mother. What are you guys up to? Adoptive dads always hang out together, just to let you know. So, crazy energy. Really? Pete Hessig? Up is down and down is up. Here's the interesting thing. As Pisces, as Pisces stays home for Saturn right now, when Saturn moves to Aries, you're going to see a ton of stuff just drop away. Adrian, how are you? Connie, Donna. Dude, it's like this whole other world right now. So we're going to do some shuffle up and heal. Progress on the More Than a Medium Media channel. Hey, Ashley, how are you? We're going to be doing, and I'm already seeing me cut up a little bit. Oh, I know why. I got a couple of things open. Let me just close these guys up. But the schedule is going to come into play here in the next couple of weeks. I'll be in Texas next week. Am I freezing already? Is that what's going on? I'm freezing already. Son of a monkey. Well, I'm going to be in Texas next week. I'm going to be in Austin in a really cool place. Super cool place. Called Nature's Treasures in Austin on Thursday. Private on Friday. Saturday, I'm going to be in the Woodlands. I love what I do, guys. I love what I do. Home parties. And by the way, you can have, a lot of people don't know this. And I should probably I don't advertise myself enough. So here's 30 seconds of me. So let's just say you're living in the outskirts of wherever you are. Maybe you got a dynamic family. Maybe you got people all over the globe. Maybe you want to have a Brandon get together. And maybe, just maybe, just maybe, you want to get those people together. Am I frozen? This son of a bitch thing. I knew I should have done this before I came on. I knew it. There we go, but we're good. Where are you enjoying the warm weather, Michelle? Are you in upstate New York? I don't think so. Watch this. I'm about to clear up everything. Here we go. So, little known fun fact. You can have, I know, I'm sorry. You can have a Brandon get together even if you're not local. I sometimes do these, oh, there you go. I sometimes do these like home parties, but I do them online. I do them for you. Maybe you have a cousin in, North Carolina, and somebody lives in Chicago, and another person lives in Colorado. I mean, I am in slow motion. Maybe, just maybe, you might want to get together. Just send me a message. I'll give you some dates, and we'll figure that out. Haiti, you're an adoptive mom. That's awesome. We will do the adoptive show. It's funny how many times the adoption thing comes up in my path. It's insane. It's insane how much that does, one way or the other, right? And people are trying to give me a heads up of what's going on here. Thank you. Hey, Colleen, how are you? Let me do this. An adoptive adult. That's fantastic. An adoptive adult. That's fantastic. Stay right here. Stay right here. Yeah, this is going to freeze up hard. This is going to make me totally freeze. Okay. Am I coming in clearly? Is this better? So let me tell you something about how this stuff works, right? Maybe there's two of me. I don't know what to tell you. I genuinely don't know what to tell you. Oh my God. We're going to stop that. We're going to add this back in. No, really. What I really want to do is I want to have a media company where I put people on the internet. Good Lord, everybody. How about that? Is that better? Is this better? Is this better when I just let the world go by? No sound and frozen. Great smile rather. Hey, Seven Stones, how are you? And Nessa, good to see you. Thanks for sticking around. Yup, can't hear me. Okay, here we go. Is this better? Double the Brandon, double the fun. Careful. Is this better? A little better, Brenda? Anybody? Step 1, step 2. Mike 1. In a load of pain tonight. Oh, well, we don't want that. But listen, I mix and match 5x5 now. Oh. Good now. Okay. All right. You see what I'm saying, everybody? Give me a problem. I will find a solution. Word to your mother. Word to your mother. Good. That's what happens when I have to like shock the monkey. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means, but my regards to Peter Gabriel. Boy, we had a couple of deaths today, haven't we? We had a couple of deaths. We had, we had with Bob Euchre, just a bit outside. And then we also had David Lynch. If you're really looking for me to care, this is my care face. I loved him. Loved him. Yeah, and Naked Lunch. Well, didn't he do Naked Lunch too? Also, I should say. And of course, Northern Exposure. Was it Northern Exposure? He did a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, David just had a way about him. Bob Euchre had a way about him. Also, the local restaurant industry, the guy that a lot of us knew kind of vicariously through his fame and his public appearances and doing networking and that sort of thing. He was in his early 40s. He was on the Food Channel. Mike passed away, and you'll be hearing more about that. I think only friends and family kind of know at this point. But it's Twin Peaks. Thank you. I just want to say Northern Exposure. I mean, who doesn't want a moose going down the middle of the street? Yeah, it's a different feel today. It's a different feel. I think Spirit's kind of working with us, and he's a local guy here. Sabrina, he's a guy that some people would know him. He was on the Food Network for a while. He was on a couple of contests. Always did the area proud. He worked at a couple of chief restaurants here in the area, and it's you're seeing some people pass at 90 and 78 and 45. This Mars opposition Pluto is part of what that is, right? And it's a thing. It's what's right. It's because you're closer to England than I am. But no, it's I think there's a ton of like personal soul path revelations happening right now too. And death is part of life, right? Life is part of death. And it's a blessing to be conscious enough to know that like you're going to make a difference for as long as you're supposed to, right? Is that a Black Bell sighting? Black Bell, we were really worried about you. We were really worried about you with the fires. Tell us you're okay. We knew you were LA. Yeah, we definitely kind of tried to put some, points out there. And yeah, it's a difficult day. Yeah, Penny just put out a series of just, excuse my French, fucking awesome videos. I gotta hand it to her. She's one of those people that she just brings it when you need it. Yeah, you've been busy. I hope you're safe. I hope you haven't been affected the way that so many people have. And even if the fire didn't hit your neighborhood, then you got smoke issues, you've got water issues, you've got way of life issues, you've got all that stuff. So maybe it was a good thing that job didn't work out. Yeah, but Penny's videos, if you haven't checked them out, she's really been on point. You know, it's like, it's amazing when you, oh, Ashley's down in San Diego again, San Diego. But you've got this kind of craziness, and then you get the after blame, and then you've got, I mean, you look at the energy. I just want to talk for a second about how the flags really should be half-mast, and having a flag at half-mast isn't about a sign of weakness. It's a sign of respect, and that's, in a nutshell, that's the problem with the energy of this new administration, is that they don't even understand what those things are, right? Yeah, so Black Belt, we're going to send some energy your way, kiddo. Hello, Warrior Widow. How are you? You're in California too, aren't you, Widow? But you're a little bit north of everything, right? North of the fires and stuff. And we'll see you next week on the Weekly B, because I'm going to get out my stuff there tomorrow morning, so you guys have it for next week. And don't forget, guys, the Weekly B is moved to Tuesday at noon Eastern. Yeah, Ken, definitely. Oh, you're in San Diego as well. San Diego. Yeah, you just got to stay safe for sure. Form a plan, stick to it, change it when you need to, and just rock on. But when you have an administration that thinks, you know, we should be honoring this guy, first of all, this guy, Donald Trump, should be saying it should be at half-mast, because I would expect the same respect if the same thing was happening to me. Or we should respect Jimmy Carter for being Jimmy Carter. Or we should do this because tradition has always dictated it, and there are certain things in our lexicon that we want to keep as our mode of operation. But he just can't figure it out. He just can't do it. He just can't get out of his own blessed way, right? And I think for once we have a real opportunity here as conscious people to see it. I mean, I've disengaged with so many people. I mean, you know, when you, the Pete Hetzig thing is really, anybody that's ever served in military should be looking at this going, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, he doesn't want 5-star and 4-star generals in charge of the military, because 5- and 4-star generals have been through the training to put up with people like Donald Trump. So he circumvents the process by putting in a talking head that he thinks makes a couple of good talking points, and they share a lot in their, you know, in the patriarchy belief of who's in charge. And he kisses his ass, and he, you know, he's got everything he needs in this guy. And they say, well, you know, he's qualified because he's carried a gun, and he was in a forward position, and all this other stuff. No, let's be honest. Our military, the nomination of Pete Hetzig for our to run our military is a complete insult to active members and to veterans, to anyone that has been a professional, lifelong military person. Listen, I don't agree with them. They're part of a war machine. I get it. I understand it. But on the flip side of that, I want people in charge that know where the triggers are. I want people in charge that know what the protocols are. I don't want somebody that was a talking head on Fox who's burned through a bunch of wives and a bunch of other bad decisions in his personal life, whose mother wrote a letter saying, "Dear Pete, quit hurting people." His mother, word to your mother. Our military, those that know, if you have ever sat with a mother who's had a son leave, if you have ever sat with a father who's lost a son, if you have ever sat with a family member who's lost someone, a son that lost his father, a wife that lost her husband, you would look at this and say, you're so fucking whacked, it's not even funny. You don't even care. It is a game of attrition for him, and he will outweigh this, and he will get some sort of support in in our legislative path to this, get Senate approved, be able to rule with some sort of dipshittery thing. And the answer is like people quitting. We're losing sincere and delicate knowledge every day in our government because they don't want to work with Donald Trump, because we don't have the tools to deal with it. I mean, these are really difficult positions. And if you think that you can just have somebody come in and go like, I want you to be a, I think you should get your boots because we're going to Greenland. I had a friend of mine whose brother, he's a DUI hire. That's funny. Yeah, I will stop drinking. Yeah, Ken, spot on with that. Yeah, he's going to transform. He is going to transform. And how they're being like, he's fought for us as opposed to other people. It's a disgrace, guys. It is a disgrace. And it's not, I'm tired of trying to say Trump is the problem. He's not the problem anymore. We're the problem. We're allowing this on some level. We're allowing this on the vote. I mean, Trump has showed us who he is and we didn't take care of him. Just like it's, we've got to start to look at this differently because the energy of it, I mean, Donald Trump just played us for the energy of the hearts and minds. You have to work with the hearts and minds. Donald Trump, since 2015, the beginning of 2015, to present, for the better part of 9+ years, 10 years, he has been the front page of news. He wasn't even in the presidency for 4 years, but he was still in the headlines. He is worked the algorithm. No wonder why he's best friends with Musk. He helped him with the algorithm, with our consciousness. Our consciousness has become what we look at on our phone. That is a problemo, everybody. So how do you shut it off? How do you turn it off? Have you noticed I don't say the T word all that much anymore? I mean, it's still a reality. He's still in the lexicon of things, but he's not going to take my energy anymore. Right? And it's funny. Meanwhile, you have Jimmy Carter, who for all intents and purposes did more for this country outside of the office of presidency. Not to mention what he did inside the office of presidency. Jimmy Carter was flawed. He had some policies that didn't work. It was counterculture, counterintuitive sometimes, but he was a good person. He was a good person. And we don't, the antithesis of that is, well, he's such a wimp. He's not a wimp. Am I a wimp because I care about people? Am I a wimp because I take care of others? Am I a wimp because I have empathy and compassion? Come at me, bro. See how far that gets you. These macho, testosterone-driven, well, Brandon, look at you. Huh? Did you wipe all your tears after that loss? No, it gave me more questions than answers. Thank you. Yeah, well, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Don't you know, Brandon? Don't you know? I do know, and you're a fucking asshole. Oh, hey, Jasmine, how are you? And it's like we're posturing to be this tough guy, right? We're posturing to be this like, who's your daddy? And the sooner we begin to realize that we have literally, this is what I was fighting for. When we were talking about like voting for your daughters, when we were talking about voting for your veterans, when we were talking about voting for anyone that's ever been marginalized, what we were really doing is saying,
you don't have compassion for those people, you're not going to have compassion for me, right? We have lost this perspective that along the way, by electing Donald Trump, we basically highlighted and supported a predator, a sexual deviant predator, and made it so that then we all feel unsafe. That shock and awe that you felt after the election was our safety being ripped out from underneath us, because we thought that the levers of justice, the levers of what is good in this world, would have eventually kicked in and just caught up with the son of a bitch. But then when it didn't, when you look at the Jack Smith report, and I haven't looked at it personally, but I've seen a couple of things on it. It's basically every single stall tactic to get him elected. There was only one plan, and that was to get elected so they could drop all the charges. And for whatever reason, the majority of people that voted for Donald Trump were thoroughly convinced that it was a witch hunt, because for some reason they had convinced that being held accountable was a witch hunt. Who knows what's going to happen to NATO? Fuck, if he was to go after Greenland, he would have to break the NATO agreement. And it is without a doubt the chaos. And yet this is all Russian operative stuff. This is all stuff that they said, haha, well, listen, we are going to get into their hearts and minds. This is a battle for hearts and minds, everybody. Are you kidding me, Black Bell? Yeah, Article 5, but listen, we have this we have this thing called you shouldn't assault somebody, and when you do, you're going to be held accountable. Well, this son of a bitch is still, you realize he hasn't paid E. Jean Carroll anything but the base 5 on this? And the only reason why he did that is because they had it locked up at a bond. We have to start calling this stuff out and say, this is what you're going to do with your energy. Ask that question. Ask that question of somebody that's doing this. You know, I have a friend, former student, who is very much anti-Biden. And his anti-Bidenism made him look at like, oh, but they're lies, oh, but they're lies, oh, but they're lies. And he sends me a message. He goes, hey, you might want to lay off the MSNBC, buddy. And I said, well, actually, I got my news from a bunch of different sources. And is MSNBC one of them? Sure, I'm sure. But it's certainly not exclusive. But on the other side of this, it's like, why would you give me a warning like that? Well, because you're not really following those things. You know, you're looking at what we, you know, whatever MSNBC is telling you, you're saying that. I said, well, that's not the reason why. I do actually have a filter. It's called an emotional IQ and intelligence and all that other good stuff. And I don't need you to follow along with me. I don't even need you to agree with me. But seriously, dude, if you're going to shit shame me, you better bring it, because I know your soul. I know that presentation that you make out on the internet saying how great you are and how great everybody is around us. He literally shit shamed Hollywood by saying, well, looks like the Lord is catching up with Hollywood now. Basically saying they deserve it. And then in the following post, he's like, God bless all of the firefighters. They're brave souls. So then I said, you know, if God was going to make a point, he wouldn't have sent firefighters in afterwards. If God was going to make a point, he wouldn't just take out the communists. If you believe that the fires are an act of God, oh, and by the way, get ready for all of your insurance coverages to be canceled so that then they can raise the premiums across the country. Just to let you know, I got my letter this morning. And they're like, yeah, you have a bush that's like out of control. Calm down, everybody. It's not like that. It's like a shrub. Can't we take over Aruba? I mean, you're not wrong. There's a lot of tiny islands that could use a little support. Am I right or am I right? But I literally got a letter and basically said, you're under review. We will no longer be carrying your insurance policy past this date, whatever. And I like, and I'm reading it, and I call my insurance person, and I said, I did not even know. I did not even know that I was getting ready for a close-up. They had a couple of pictures and whatever. And I said, everything that you literally took a picture of is temporary. Like you're like the shrub is too close to the house, and the trees a little too dangly next to the roof, and it's just, I'm like, absolutely none of that. There's a break in the gutter a little bit. Like, okay, I'll do a little tack job. There you go. We're not going to be able to insure anything anymore. And if you have a loan on it, you're required to have it for the loan. We're not going to be able to, borrow money anymore. Like, that's the kind of world we're going to be in. Oh, you got a 7-something credit rating? Well, you can't insure it, so you can't buy it. That's a level of chicanery we're going to be up against. Oh, and by the way, whose fault is that? Is it the frivolous lawsuits that have gone on for decades? The type of frivolous lawsuits that tie up courts and prolong accountability. Lawsuits that are like, you can't say that about me. I'm going to have a defamation case against you. Well, listen, I was slandered once by an absolute asshole. And by the way, every time I see her or any parts of her family, I say, hey, she's a liar, right? Because that's the only defense I have. I wasn't going to turn it into a big public thing, but she took the swing. She missed. But okay, have a great day. You know that person in your life that tried to tell you that I was not a good person? I'm busy adopting people and helping dog shelters and, reading people, helping them feel connected and helping them find their purpose. But whatever her narrative was that wouldn't accept her personal accountability and decided to turn it against me, whatever. Could I sue her? Probably. Matter of fact, I know I could have. I had pretty concrete evidence. But on the other side of it, I'm like, this is just ridiculous. I don't want to live in a world where this is how I have to defend myself. And by and large, as predicted, there was a certain amount of people that said, well, that could be. They just needed that shredded doubt. That's all she wanted. And then most people looked at it and went, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you guys? There is a law strategy to bring lawsuit and have a number in mind. So then you don't have to go through the costliness of preparing a case or having that terrible thing come to light that you've done. Somebody could probably Google this. I did a while ago. Somebody told me to do this and I forget the number. But basically, Donald Trump has a number of people. I'm going to look this up because I like facts. I'm a big fan of facts. I mean, I talk to dead people, but I like facts. Donald Trump. Hold on one second. NDAs total. The history behind the NDAs, non-disclosure agreements with Trump in the White House, a number of hundreds sworn to secrecy. They're unconstitutional and unenforceable, blah, blah, blah. Trump's sprawling use of NDAs now threatened to humiliate him. We didn't do that. That was in 2021. The court voids This is in 2021, and this was, I remember this. So the NDAs are basically where it's a non-disclosure agreement, where basically you come to somebody and you're like, listen, you work for me, and you can't go out and talk about anything that goes on in here, right? And that you, if not, you're going to lose this. We can sue you for $2 million. You just basically owe us $2 million. And it's an insurmountable amount of money for most common people. So we're just not going to play with fire, right? His total number here, no, this doesn't give me a number. I want a number. It's important to know that that stuff happened. Anyways, I'm going to move on from this. He ended up having to pay $500,000 to the NDA recipients. In other words, people that he handed the stuff to post whatever, so that then they wouldn't talk about being in there. And that was the whole thing with Cassidy Hutchinson, when she basically went, no, I'm going to tell the truth because this is outside the NDA. Because the NDA basically was so vaguely written that in the scheme of things, but the NDA was just another roadblock in the prosecution of Trump. It was just another fucking roadblock. Yeah, Michelle, you're asking me about Cohoes and Latham. I'm actually going to be over at Muddy's Tavern in Waterville. I hope that's close enough. It's somewhere between Cohoes and Latham in February, I think the 16th. It's Valentine's Day weekend. I hope you're busy the rest of the time. And I'm getting a bunch of dates out there, everybody. I'm going to be up in Saratoga. I haven't been in Saratoga in like almost 2 years because it's a high rent district there. But we have friends up there. We love them. And of course, I'm going to be in Austin this time next week. I'll be live in a show. How awesome is that? I just thought about that. Thursday night. Woo-hoo! And again, Friday's private with my good friends and healers down in Houston, and then I'll be in the Woodlands. Look on the website, tbrandonruss.com. Sign up for stuff. By the way, I will also be announcing Florida dates, hopefully next week. I have a couple of some contracts in my inbox. I got to review them, and we're going to get that out there as well. Boston, look for me in the summer, because we're just a band out of Boston. We're getting pretty good at the game. I might even bring my kids to that one. But anyways, let's do a little shuffle up and heal, shall we? Shall we do a little bit of that? Shall we do a little bit of this? Little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, Port Charlotte. I'm actually, Ken, I'll be down in the greater Port Charlotte area. It will probably be in, I'm going to be in your back door. I'm going to be in your backyard, though. I'm going to be in north of Fort Myers in the Port Charlotte area. And then I'm going to be in Sarasota. And then probably up in Clearwater as well. So, yeah. Hey, Melanie, how are you? Let's do a little shuffle up on the heel here. I see a few of you out there. Look at you, Mel. Look at you dealing with the shades. So, listen. Let's bring back the Peanuts deck, huh? What do you say? Did a little shuffling with these guys here. And I love my Humanus Illuminus deck here. We're going to work that. I'm going to be out in Syracuse. West Syracuse, so closer to Rochester. Hattie, hang in there. Let me make my announcements. Oh, the sun. Here comes the sun. Melanie, bright and shiny. It's catching the glare. How great is that, huh? And then you got the Page of Pentacles. This is a new job, new position, new title, new something. And then you got the Three of Cups. Listen, I can't give you a better read than this. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Oh, and you know what? I should really do those. Boop. So I'm on it. I'm on it. I really like these Wild Unknown cards. Kind of had the animal deck feel to them. Did a little shuffle up with this one. Oh, the rabbit. The sun and the rabbit. It's fruitfulness. It's about exploring who you are. And this elephant, holy Toledo. I've been getting this white elephant thing over and over again. The elephant is about being grounded in your fire and your purpose with your Page of Cups. Maybe this is a new job. Maybe this is a new way to go. And then we're going to pull out the Hawk. So this is about seeing it all. This is about reliving it. This is high time for celebration. I got to tell you, Mel. I like this for you. I like it a lot, actually. Whew. Pretty good right out of the gate. I always got to put on my glasses for this. So sorry. So sorry. You are already golden. Look at that. I can't even. Anybody want a peanut, Summer? Summer Virgo? How are you a Summer Virgo? Oh, are you August? Let me guess. You're August 27th. Just a guess. Still in the summer. But listen, Melanie, this is about you, your vitality. This is about your curiosity and your strength. And then this is about seeing it from a bird's eye view. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot for you. Woo! Feeling good. Melly, so good to see you here. Welcome to Brandon's Jungle. And I got bad news for you. September 8th. So you're not really a summer Virgo. Summer Virgo. You named your name because you want to go in a different direction there. Right? There you go. And I think we got Jasmine here. We're gonna stick with Jasmine. Hey, Pauline, how are you? Pauline, Jasmine. There we go. All right. The World. This is a challenging card, really, for you here, Jasmine, because this is about looking at your. No, it says Pisces. It doesn't say Diva. But I'll tell you, if you'll look quick, it does say Pisces. So the World card comes out because you're going through it. Kind of feels like a meat grinder, like there's a bigger thing going on here, right? Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, this is a new way to approach things. This is about getting practical. This is about how you spend your time, your money, your efforts. And I keep picking up the other one. And then the Fool. This is a new journey. So this is new. This is a really good idea here. This is about a change around who you've got around you. This is about your routine. This Knight of Pentacles is your routine card. And the Fool is kind of that step into the next side of it, right? I know it because I've looked at the card 5 times thinking I was grabbing from the other deck. But the Peacock is about showing your feathers, showing the world who you are. The Knight of Pentacles is about remembering who the fuck you are. Excuse my French. None of that was French. And then the Fool gets matched with the Snake. So you literally go air, air, earth. And the Snake is about the ultimate change. So the Fool and the change is, this is a new direction for you. Can we get a little Humanus Illuminus here? I would like that. I would like that a lot. Do the backstroke through the river of gold. In the middle of the night, I've been walking in my sleep. What a great album that is, by the way. It's River of Dreams. That and Stormfront. Form my musical opinion about the world around me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Wow. So listen, Jasmine, get ready to shake your tail feathers. Get ready for a new routine and get ready to show the world with a new adventure, but it's going to be different this time. Cha-ching, la-ling. That's what they say around here. I wish there was a moose in that deck. I don't know, Phoenix. I don't know if there is one, but if there is, we just invoked it. Oh, the 6 of Cups. Balance of love. I don't know if I don't know if Barry White's involved, but that'd be a kid. You know, and then I got the Lover's card. Put your pants on. Could you, Sabrina, put your pants on? And then you got the 8. Boy, this is what a beautiful layout here. You've got the 6 of Cups, which is the next step after it's rejuvenation of your love and your passion. The Lover's card is about the right choices coming in, and the 8 of Pentacles is about the work that needs to go into it. I don't have a moose, but can I give you a buffalo? Can I give you a buffalo? Can I give you a buffalo? Do you think? And then we've got the Lamb. So this is a soft landing place. This is you connecting with what you need to. And then you've got the work. Boy, somebody's prayers are being answered there with that unicorn. So what this means is that, you've got the attributes of the buffalo, the lamb, and the unicorn. The buffalo is about being rugged, right? So these are lessons that are culminating, that have kind of hardened you a little bit, gotten you ready for the long, cold winter. Say it that way. And then the lamb reminds you to stay soft, this connection, to still make decisions that are for a soft presentation. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles, which are also in the Rider-Waite. It's the Jesus card. This is Christmas. This is the carpenter. This is, the pentacles going up the side there and tinkering away at them. And the unicorn is like finding your love, your passion. What do you want to do when you grow up? Sounds like a great time to start a class. The Hall of Mirrors. So the work you're going to do is be a reflection of yourself, right? I like that a lot. I love that for you, actually. Yeah, the Hall of Mirrors is sometimes kind of like a, do you see what I see? I'm going to start cutting a Christmas album now so I can actually get it done on time this time. No moves so far, but hang on. Let's do a few more here. All right, spirituality. Look at this one. We're going to go boom, boom, boom. We got you guys covered. Like I said, I love doing these. I love having fun with this. Ace of Cups. Somebody from above is saying, here's some abundance. Still love you. Still love you. The Ace of Cups comes out when it's about recognizing the love that you have and the love that you are. The 10 of Wands is, don't be overburdened by this. You want to take on a lot, but you've got a lot of tools to work with. Having 10 wands is actually a huge asset, right? And then you have the Magician. I think this is somebody from beyond saying, hi, how you doing? I think this is somebody saying, let me get you to where I need to. Crocodile Rock. The crocodile comes out and says, hey, how you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to be a little bit under the radar here, and I'm going to go with my intuition. So this is a high intuitive card. Then the Fox is kind of like this is being a little crafty with what you obligate yourself to. Can we run with that? And then the Magician along with the Eagle. How do you like that? Warrior Widow. You think that's somebody that served? They're coming back as the Magician in the form of an eagle. I'm just saying. That's some brilliant layout right there. And Black Bell, seeing the buffalo there. It's an interesting read. Let's see the Illuminous Humanus. Humanus Illuminus. Rings of Saturn. I love this. So you are the stability. I start doing a reading for you, kid. I'll be quick, but I'll recap. So you start out with the Ace of Cups, love from beyond, the crocodile, being able to kind of be like under the radar, not showing your full self, but surviving. And then you have the 10 of Wands, which is about the resources that you have, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to tackle, right? And then you have the Fox, strategy to it. How are you going to use those things? And then you have the Magician along with the Eagle. Dare I say it's somebody in passing coming forward saying, I'll be your magician. And then the Rings of Saturn. Rings of Saturn, this is about hovering around the stability and the good practical stuff and knowing who you are. There's a whole lot of, you got to know who you are moving forward. I can't rely on government. I can't rely on the wheels of justice to take care of what I needed it to. Nope. Me. That's it. Warrior, this is about you expanding. More importantly, Trisha's like, what kind of pie? By the way, she wants to throw shade at you and actually judge you, and it really depends on what kind of pie you're making. Just to let you know. Warrior Widow, please let us know what kind of pie it is that you made, right? Well, thank you. I like my hair. I am flaunting it because I have it. It's kind of the way we roll. All right, so we're back up here. Sonia, I see you too. Here we go. Michelle, I haven't seen you in a while. So let's roll some cards here. Anything for me, please? Well, the Hangman, but relax. You know, sometimes he flew the kite into the tree. Am I right or am I right? Then we got the 8 of Cups. All right. I'm seeing where this is shaping up to. And then the King of Pentacles. Okay, here we go. This is about not externalizing your point of view. The Hangman makes you look at things in a different way. The 8 of Cups helps you not only kind of deal with loss, but also kind of saying like it's still pretty good though. Don't be fueled by what you don't have. Be fueled with what you do have. And then the King of Pentacles comes out here and basically says like, get down to the axis of what you need it to be. In other words, get to the root of the problem. Get to the root of the practicality about how you spend your time, managed effort. Healing energy of horses come through here. This is about making sure that you're grounded. So maybe this is perspective with you being able to find who you are. And the Tiger, look at these things rolling out here. The Tiger is very much about like you could hunt this too much. You could find what you're looking for. I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit here though, and I'm gonna give you the Beaver. I'm gonna give you the Beaver. Is there ever been a deck that gives me the Craig Ferguson edge? If there's anything I like more in a reading, it's a well presented Beaver. Anyways, the Beaver is about resources. So this is about how you spend your time, money, effort, how you spend your energy, how you spend the Pentacles. I'm going to let you guys in on something because things are in development right now for some other stuff. And I have a title character coming out of a new book that's just going to blow your mind. But she has her take on her own experience across time because she's a time traveler. She's fucking badass. And without getting too specific about it, she's got hips. Anyways. She doesn't look at pentacles as the pentacles. She looks at them as hourglasses, timepieces. That's the most important thing to her because she only has so much time in each one of her adventures in her body. It's kind of like Quantum Leap meets Agatha Christie meets, like she's got to solve the puzzle before her time runs out. She's an awesome character. I love writing. What am I going to give to you here, Michelle? Thy will be done. In other words, it's going to happen. But you got to be, this is about resources. All of this stuff is about being grounded, not getting too aggressive, being calculated in what you do and how you do it, and then letting spirit take care of the rest. Michelle, so good to see you back on the channel here, kid. Hope to see you a little more. Like, share, and subscribe, by the way. Did you know that only 42% of everybody that watches stuff on this channel actually like and subscribe? I don't say it all the time because you hear it fucking 15 times a day, right, when you're scanning. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ding! Maybe I should work on that a little bit. Yeah, I know September is late summer. Right? Oh. Is that why the beaver is Canada's national animal? Yeah, probably. Let's go to the mall. I'm sorry. Yeah, here you go, Jen. Yeah, you knew I was coming to you. Here we go. Jen, what can I give to you? 3 of Wands. This is changing your situation. You're going to take what you know, take what you think in the past, think of your experiences, look at your current situation, and make a decision moving forward. Oh, then you got the 7 of Cups here. You got options. You got options laying out in front of you. And listen, the way that you got to look at this is this is those on the other side shining down on you saying, we just want you to be happy. This is a happiness card. Oh, yeah, there we go. Cuts like a knife, bites like a cobra. Here we go. The cobra comes out right there along with the dragonfly. I don't know if you see dragonflies or not, but dragonflies not only are lucky, but they are prehistoric. They're also about the idea that you can float along. You're unique. You have a different way of looking at things, a good vision. And then you got the cheetah with this one. This is about getting honed in on what you want for your happiness here, Jenny. Good to see you out here. Oh, to be sovereign. Are you going to see this badass right here? Ooh, look at that. Look at that colorful art. Oh, to be sovereign. Look at that. She's got Empress vibes. She's also very much about letting everybody know, like, she's kind of the bomb. She's kind of the bomb. She's hanging out, right? You see hummingbirds? Okay. This is an ongoing thing for you, right? Did we ever establish what kind of pie this was? Did we get the pie out of the way? Sonia, of course I did. I'm a linguistic. Wait, Craig is back on the air? Just to let you know, some of his flirtatious ideas are kind of sort of a whatever. And you know what the funny thing is, in his memoirs, he talked about how much he behaved. He behaved more when he was a flirt than when he wasn't. Let that sink in, right? So, Jenny, good luck to you on this one. No. Burnt pie. Well, that's no good. Jenny, maybe this is about you staying put with who you are, not adding on complicated things, but going and enjoying your life. Get out there, see the world. Let's give you some guidance here, green-eyed goddess. Totally stuck. You should send me an email. I can send you what this class is about. Oh, YouTube has them. Got it. Are you ready, green-eyed goddess? Here we go. Queen of Pentacles. Of course, you're going to get queen energy out of it. You invoke goddess into your convo here. Right? Bill shows up. Listen, Bill. Blueberry pie? Is that what it is? Does that say blueberry pie? Green gods, I'm going to keep going here. Queen of Pentacles. Change, death card. But as we all know, the death card really kind of lets you grow. This is a wounded warrior. All right, here we go. I got. Whatever you need, Leo gets. Got it. Queen of Pentacles. Who are you? I sense a theme tonight. Who are you? This is a change. This is recognizing your vulnerabilities and who you can help. Okay. Oh. What do the animals tell us? Turtle wisdom. Ding, ding, ding. Old, ancient wisdom. Queen of Pentacles. Old ways are the good ways. Remember who you are. It's hump day. Camel comes out. The camel talks about you saying, how far can I go on this? How much of a change can you have? Gird up your loins, go through the change. That's what this is saying. And then you got the starfish. Can I give a little Merkaba love there? I think so. Are you stuck spiritually? Whoosh. Hey, man, it's crush, eh? Got to go with the flow. This, to me, tells me that it's a lot to do with timing, and when the right things appear, they'll show up. The Conscious Becoming class has guest speakers that are experts in their opinions, and they've done the work. Maybe they've done their work in consciousness. Maybe they've done it with their relationship with their God, their creator. Maybe they're world-renowned producers that have top-flight names to their catalog, and they can talk about success and doing it the right way and when they lost their footing and sold themselves out. Remember who you are. It'd be hysterical if there's a Mufasa card in here. I hope to hear from you again, Green Eye Goddess. Make sure you do a call back to that so I know who the heck you are when you show up. Yeah, we're gonna jump in there. We're gonna jump in there. You guys know I'm turning cards tonight, right? I like that this was intriguing to me. And Nessa, how are you? Thanks so much for being a contributor around here. We love it when you show up. Should we move to Florida? Home from Jersey, home. Are you going West Coast or East Coast in Florida? Going Jupiter? Last one is Raspberry. Oh. We're having a field trip to there. And Nessa with the Simba. And Nessa, are you left? Cape Coral. That's literally where my show is going to be. And I announced it earlier. I'll be just outside of Punta Gorda. Port Charles, Cape Coral. I think if you hurry up, you can meet me there. 8 of Wands pops out and says, who's coming with me? The Hermit says spiritual growth, go within. You might not have a lot of friends when you get there, but it'll be a spiritual journey. And guess what? 2.0 is coming up. Everybody loves to call the judgment card, right? But let's be honest. Let's be honest here for a second. The judgment card is about 2.0. 20. The reinvention of yourself using discernment to your benefit. All right, let's see what the animals have to say. Crazy 8s, everybody. 8 legs, 8 wands. You want to get out because you want to heal. What are you running away from? I'll give you another 8 along with your 9. Octopus, reaching a lot of different things, and then the Nightingale. This is like, people aren't going to recognize you. Nightingales both mimic and create solace in the tone of their voice. Maybe you got to go to be a healer. Maybe you got to go to find your healing domain for yourself. You got a lot of 8s here. 2.0s. Spider, the octopus. Humanist Luminous coming out here. This is inescapable bliss. I'd say pack your shit and go, kid. I mean, listen, I don't have to pay your bills, so I don't know your business. But listen, inescapable bliss? How great is that? That looks like a friend of mine down that way. She's a hell of a reader. You ever come across Latoya, get yourself a reading. She's a good egg. Kind of looks like her a little bit. Those that know her just went, yep. By the way, she lives in that general vicinity. We'll get you hooked up with her. You have a gift, but no real skill. What does that mean? Lots of spiders and octopus here. Really? I knew about the spiders. Need a roommate to share a house. Saw me in Punta Gorda. That's right. That's right. Well, I will Cape Coral. Listen, we're all just pack your shit. Just pack your shit. I'll be there next week. I'll pick you up. We'll go down. Me, Black Bell, Widow, Anessa, we're coming. Jim, you got a strong back, right? Paulette, Phoenix Night Rose will show up 2 days later and go like, did I miss it? Come on, let's be honest. You have 6 dogs. You heal puppies. So listen, you heal puppies. Come on. That's huge. So find your groove with it. Find your voice with it. Keep going. We see you. We see you. We're going to roll up here. Shar said hi earlier. Paulette, I see you there as well. So, Shar, listen, I love your hair. People are complimenting me on my hair. Let's all take a minute and take a good look at Shar's hair. Here we go. Shar, I'm here. Listen, it's just us girls. We're going to get through this. Somebody get some hot cocoa. Somebody get the Hallmark Channel on. We're going to get through this. Okay? Okay. By the way, you know what I do when I go over and see my dad sometimes now? We literally sit there and watch the Hallmark Channel together. My dad and I. There's still good people in the world. There's good men. 8 of Swords coming out. This is about intuition. This is making you go within. This is forcing you to grow. And might I give you an Ace of Pentacles? Might I give you a dose of practicality on the other side? Is it possible that you could have gone through this muck and gone through the entire fire swamp, or you could live quite comfortably for some time? But instead, you are meant to find your inner guidance. Find your value. That's what this shit is. Screw him, by the way, just to let you know, Shar. Because you're going to be the bee. He didn't know how sweet things were. They didn't know how sweet you were at the end of the day. And guess what? This cosmic egg is coming out here. This is you tapping into your internal guidance system. Don't forget the 8 of Swords is the one where she's sitting there with the blindfold on and the sword sticking into the ground. Here you got Linus going, can I help you? Look at all these. The cosmic egg is centering within, calling in the divine so you can get to where you need to. Calling all people in Canada. It's not a moose, but I did give you an elk. The elk is a majestic animal. The elk is, once again, remembering who you are, having value. The elk is not only important to native living. Ecologically, they move mountains. They move territories. They keep the wolf away from humans. They do a lot of stuff. So you're a protector here. Your value, running deep. Where are we going with this? The narrow of your marrow. What are you made of? What are you made of? Sweet jambalaya. I love my work. Shar, the people around you need to know that you are it. They really do. They need to know that you are without a doubt a player in the cosmic world. And if they hurt you, you will grow from it. You will become resourceful. You will say, I will not share whatever benefit. I went through this, if you heard my story earlier, right? You don't deserve my honey. You don't deserve the sweetness of my energy. You don't deserve to know what you missed. You can't go back and say, boy, you're really something else. Good luck with that. Be stuck no more, kid. Sure, I love it when you come and hang out with us. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of things here. Elk in Western Canada. Hey, Connie, how are you? Glad you're back. Yeah, I told you, Widow. Oh, Alexandra, how are you? Boy, we got to get caught up. We have got to get caught up. We got to get caught up on another thing, too. When I'm launching my channel, I want you on it. The More Than a Media Network, it would require you to do 1 to 2 podcasts a month, one with yourself and one maybe with a partner, me, whoever. We got to get your voice out there. Oh, Sharp, you are very welcome into this. Opie, how are you? Yeah, you're concerned about the sun. Let's go here with this. Who's the Mark? Who's the M? Mark Michael. He's at a crossroads. Got choices going on here. And they're hard choices. This is not easy, man. Wow. Page of Cups. Opie, this is a youthfulness. There's an innocence to him. Ugh, this is conflict. But he's going to rise above it. So with the 6 of Wands, what this really is him, he's going to come out okay, basically is what this is showing. that he's got to have his choices. He's going to be innocent about his choices. There's a purism to it, but it might also be a little immature. And then he's got the Six of Wands, which means he's going to take the higher ground here. The Stingray comes out with the Two of Wands. Woo! It's going to hurt a little bit. Page of Cups along with the fish. By the way, when you look at the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the Page of Cups has the fish coming out of it. And we're going to eat a dolphin. Hi, Steve. We're going to eat a dolphin. I just quote movies. If you know where they come from, it's highly entertaining. If you don't, you're like, he's whack. This is interesting. Here's why I wouldn't be concerned. This stuff over here is life lesson stuff. He's got to make a choice. He's going to get his ass bit. He's going to get whacked. He's going to feel it. He's going to say, well, I'm going to be innocent with it. I might be a little naive, but it's going to help me focus. By the way, if I didn't know better about your Aquarian sun, I would say he's getting a divorce. Based on these cards. Based on how these lay out. And then with the Six of Wands, he's going to do the right thing. And the dolphin is about the loyalty of a mate. The loyalty of an obligation. The protector. The one that is... yeah. The one that's going to be able to kind of blend progress with caring and loving. Right? Alexander, I'm coming back to you. Don't worry. Linus is your cousin. In between lifetime lagoons. And holy shit, there's a dolphin on that one too. If I didn't know better, I would say that he is going to go through it. He's going to get the separation, get taken for, but he's not going to lose who he is. This dolphin means he'll go solo, and he's just in between the relationships. You can give me some validation here, Opie. I'd appreciate it, but I think he's gonna get there. Whatever this is, he's moving to a better place. He's just in between shit, right? Yeah, this dolphin to me is a double whammy because it's about, dolphins they're smart, right? They connect the dots. They go there. All right. This is going to be the one that you guys are all been waiting for. So those of you that don't know, yeah, Alexandra, that's what we're going to talk about exactly. So those of you that don't know, Alexandra actually works with immigrants, helps them find jobs, help them through the green card process. I had her on my podcast. You can go down probably about, 5 months ago almost. We had her in studio. She was in the other rooms. First time I kind of tried it. She's actually very important to me because she helped me kind of try to decide like what I want to do with this, if I'm able to do it in the studio and all that other good stuff. She works with people that are immigrants that are trying to be legal and legit, but the court systems are so backed up. She actually helped me understand when I have strong takes on immigration. It's centered around the pieces that she showed me, and she's an awesome human. She is helping them get through the process. She is helping them work. Well, there you go, Opie. Thank you. He's been single for 10 years, living through the heartbreak. I just want him to see life is still worth living. Be a dolphin. Alexandra is about to go through this. When I was fighting for all of this stuff, talking about elections being turned and all that other jazz, it was directly related to her stuff. All right, here we go. I already know this is going to be a hell of a term. Nine of Pentacles, practically perfect in every way. In other words, good intentions, good thoughts, maybe not complete, but we definitely have it where we want to do the right thing, right? We want to look good while we're doing it. Five of Wands, the Lord of the Flies card, the fight, the battle. What are we arguing over? And then the Three of Pentacles. Little Underground Railroad going on here. A little go underneath the surface. Maybe it's not time to be bombastic, but rather maybe it's time to be good at planning and being able to say, like, yeah, we're helping people out, but we're not going to tell you how. The black egg comes along because that voids your efforts. That basically says, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can be awesome, but we don't really care. This is a whale of a fight. Can't make this stuff up. Been saying this from day one. Three of Pentacles comes out and the fire ant comes out with it. Oh, let's have a discussion about fire ants. Fire ants, I love this read. The fire ants individually, they're not going to get a bunch done individually, but you get them together, they're going to mess you up. We have to work together because individually we're just going to pinch. But if we get together, it turns into 1,000 paper cuts. This is literally what we're up against, guys. Literally what we're up against. Right? I'm pulling out the wrong cards here. Here we go. Nirvana, if you wanna. You know what this says? You can right this ship if you're willing to all come together. It seems fantasy to need an underground railroad in this time in our history. No one would believe it's true. Well, listen, we were told that, not to believe that there was Russia collusion. And we were told not to believe that Elon Musk would switch the votes. And we were led to believe that Donald Trump didn't do this, that, and the other thing. And, I want to go to Greenland, Daddy. Okay, you can have Greenland. It's sufferable, dick. But look at us now. Look at us now. Didn't think that the Underground Railroad would be a real thing. It is. Oh, and by the way, I pay my taxes, and if you need a place to stay, come here. But Brandon, what if they come for you? Okay. Price I'm willing to pay because it's right. It's the right thing to do. And we've all made mistakes in our life. Every one of us. And I'm not trying to make up for anything. Right? It's a real thing, guys. We're totally up against it. We got to start being rock stars in our own way, and we got to figure out our compass. Conscious Becoming, if you're already enrolled, you're going to be getting emails from me starting tomorrow. You're going to enjoy it because I'm going to have a little earworm podcast for you, just for you in the class. It's thoughts about consciousness, right? I appreciate that, Bill. Yeah, Alexandra, I'm appreciating that too. Yeah, Alexandra is one of the, like, I appreciate how much love I get. Alexandra is one of those people in my orbit that I go, dude's awesome. Power in the number, power to the people. We got to remember that we're the people. That's the problem. We're divided, so we're not the people anymore. We're the Republicans and the Democrats. We're not the people anymore. It's the right thing to do. My favorite line in any one of the Star Wars, any one of them, was when Finn found Poe Dameron. He takes off his mask and he goes, what are you doing? And he says, I'm here to rescue you. And then he goes, he's looking at his stormtrooper uniform. He goes, why? And he looks right at him and he goes, because it's the right thing to do. In that moment, he negated his entire upbringing. He was groomed to be a killer. He had already showed the differentiation of being told what to do and then resisting it and not shooting up an innocent village, which all the other stormtroopers did, but they could tell which, they knew exactly what he had done and not done. I'm here to tell you that the people that voted for Donald Trump, there will be a mass exodus of those supporters by the end of this year. They will find new ways to take away our rights. They will find new ways to take away our sovereignties. And the only thing that you really have at the end of the day are your thoughts and your free will. Everything else is just made up shit on paper. I have a right to free speech. No, you don't. No, you don't. You no longer have the right to say whatever you want. You just don't. You think you do. You have the illusion of that. They pull it out and dangle it whenever they find it expedient to talk about. And be like, well, we have a freedom of speech, and Joe Biden's let's go, Brandon. I have free speech to say, fuck you, Joe Biden. Well, it's classless. It's crass. But do you have the freedom? You sure do. Donald Trump is not a good person. Oh, he's the president. You need to respect him. You shouldn't be able to say that. You know where it starts? It starts on Monday with our flags at half-mast. That's it, everybody. Send it to him. Let him know. Take a picture of your flag hanging half-mast and post it. There it is. There it is. Coca-Cola is making a commemorative Coke bottle of what? Jimmy Carter or Trump? And they're just lining up and kissing it. They're just getting right in there. They just get right in the booty. And they're just like, Donald. Because they're afraid of what he's going to do to them. Because he's the king. A commemorative Coke bottle. There are people that collect memorabilia. I will honor Jimmy Carter on Monday by flying the flag at half-mast. Because that man did more for this country after he left office than this scumbag is ever going to do in office. It might be worthless. But I would rather die and choke on greatness and biting off more than I can chew than starving on mediocrity. Listen, I went to Memphis and saw that museum, I'm a changed man. When I travel, I'm a changed man. I find out more about myself. I find more about the world around me. I find out things about people that I respect or learn more about. I'm totally looking to see if they have a moose in here. Firefly, shark, otter, hyena, phoenix, vulture, hummingbird. There's your hummingbird. Wolf, sea serpent, dragon, moth, panther, mouse, scorpion, bat, butterfly, oyster, tarantula, zebra, raccoon, the golden egg, deer, lion, earthworm. Yeah, we saw some of those last time. I mixed them up pretty good. Not great. Not saving the country. We are about to see the biggest false flag operation in the history of the world. Who are you? You better have a good sense of it by Monday, because it's going to challenge you on every level. It's going to conflict with your spirituality. Oh, and by the way, every single time Donald Trump invokes God, it is a sin. It's a sin. For a man that never repents, can't name a single, he can't open a Bible because he can't read, everybody. He's beyond functional illiterate. By the way, if you don't follow me on Blue Sky, I am Lilith11. I just posted this morning. Don't be surprised if there is, no, we're not going to move to Canada. But thank you for the invite. I'm going to stay right here. This is where the battle is. Liz Cheney being threatened for questioning is a red flag. Hunzinger saying, I was fighting the Constitution and I'll fight for my jail cell. By the way, just to let you know, Jack Smith is not a coward. Jack Smith is a calculated motherfucker. Jack Smith will be working for The Hague before the end of the year, and he will bring charges against Donald Trump on a global scale. This ain't over, everybody. Oh, you're so bogged down that you get away with it? So bogged down that your illegals can't become naturalized citizens. They're illegal, send them back. We're at a crossroads of hate. And it makes it feel very uncomfortable when you come from the source of love. This isn't a time to turn tail. It's not a time to put your head in the sand. It is a time to challenge the quantitative analysis of love and what you think love is to you, and knowing what real love is that moves the needle against evil. Every time you see fear, use love. Every time you see hatred, use love. Every time you see bigotry, invoke love. I didn't want to be a spiritual warrior. I'm an Earth Angel 7th level. If you don't understand that, look it up in Chinese astrology. It's a fucking ball buster. It is about making sure that the world gets what it needs and the people in it learn its lessons the right way. Even if that means putting yourself at risk so they learn the lesson. Even if and I put myself in harm's way more times than I can count. Physically, emotionally, and otherwise spiritually. And it gave me test of my voice, test of who I am. I lost some people along the way because of it, but it was all worth it because I was a moth to that hermit light, that guidance of spiritual path, that whether you like it or not, you are currently on. You want to quit? You want to bury your head in the sand? When you pull your head out, there might not be anything left. The Lumerians had knowledge. The Atlanteans didn't like that we had knowledge. The Atlanteans wanted us to be perfect and dumb. And the vibration of the energy in the earth was the only place for them to go. They grounded. You know what my take is on the wildfires in California? It's not about funding. It's not about politics. It's not about hydrants even. Although that's the practical thing at a council meeting. It is on the ring of fire, and it is without a doubt an invocation of its go time. It's begun. The people that are in charge are anti-everything. They are anti-peace. They are anti-freedom. They are anti-freedom, free will. The line has been drawn in the sand, and we didn't want it. We didn't want it centuries ago when they came from above, and we don't want it now. But it's here. We have to outsmart them, outflank them, have more passion. Our passion has to outweigh their hate. Our love has to outshine their plan. Yeah, the Aquarius and Pluto and Aquarius, right? Let them be crazy. By the way, Mel B is somebody that everybody should follow. She just came out with a book. Hold on. It's called The High Five Habit. I did a quick skim on this. Everybody on my team has this book. And she employs a methodology called the Let Them Method. And the Let Them Method allows you to, and by the way, we're reading ahead a little bit in the Conscious Becoming class because this is actually going to be part of the class. If somebody wants to not invite you, you let them. If somebody wants to talk about you behind their back, let them. If somebody wants to have an opposing point of view and somehow tarnish whatever it is that you've done or undo your work or whatever, you let them. Because you're going to need the energy on the other side of that. You're also going to need it to rally yourself to a point, but you've got to know who you are. It's not about quoting what you think about the other person. I'm done with hearing what you think about Trump or the politics or Kamala. Ship has sailed. Our opinion of others doesn't matter. I want to hear about you. No more externalization of these emotions, these feelings, these actions. Love comes from within, not because you're better than the other person. Let them bury themselves in hatred. They will eventually cannibalize. They will cannibalize themselves. They will find enough fire ants under the mattress to drive them crazy, that will make them irritated. They're already angry, disruptive souls. 2 or 3 ant bites, whatever, but 100? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That makes them turn against one another. We'll have her shot, don't worry. I have foreseen it. You got to trust that the greater good is coming. This is why I love this woman. The biggest secret is that we, the people, are actually ready. We are aware enough, loving enough to have the world where life is lived with dignity and freedom. Everything telling you to the contrary is propaganda. That's why when More Than a Media Network comes on, you are all going to sit around and go, holy shit, we are the first wave. All right, guys, heart taps. To you and everyone else, I appreciate you so much. Alexandra, I was thinking about you earlier today, too. I was talking to my good friend Bill, who poked his head in here as well, and I know he's listening to this because he loves the social design stuff. It's time to get going, guys. Hard taps. Be safe this weekend. Love you guys. Go Vikings. Good luck to the Buffalo Bills. No one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. I know the Eagles, and I know the Ravens, and I know the Lions. Just enjoy the theater. It might be the last one that we're able to see for a while. Hard taps, guys, and remember, keep going.